What's up guys, welcome to part 3 of the Cummins Miata build series. So far we've got a lot done in the first 36 hours, but there's still a lot to go. First off, now that the engine is sitting where it needs to be, mounts need to be fabricated to hold it there. Of course, being that this build is on a tight financial and time budget, the mounts are going to be made solid using C-channel as the base and square tubing to connect the two bolt-on plates. While the mounts are being fabricated, we also need to mount the radiator and fan in the trunk. Thankfully, Chris has us covered. In order to measure for the roll cage, the driver's seat needs to be mounted in the car. To keep the seat as low as possible, the old floor mounts are cut out. With the seating position figured out, it was time to take a break and prepare for the final morning of the build. The first thing to tackle on Sunday morning is the transmission mount. Now that the engine is mounted securely in the right position, the transmission mount will be easy to make. All we're using is some square tubing welded to the frame braces. The transmission will bolt straight to this crossmember, no bushing needed. While everyone else is busy working on different parts of the car, I decided to make myself useful and started installing the rear over fenders.
Sound waves reaching the microphone are changed into impulses of electric current.
No need to worry about your pre-recorded music tapes being accidentally erased. It can't happen.
It's pretty simple, but I like to make things more complicated than necessary.
So, I'm thinking maybe what we can do, because I managed to get this pretty close together up to about here, is that we can maybe tack it to about there, like every couple inches, and I can beat the shit out of this to stretch it out. Right now it's kind of stretching, but it's pulling one part of the lip in when I push the lip right out. So we can kind of tap.
You didn't put the relief cuts in?
No, because I want to just beat the shit out of it and see that it work. So I don't have to put the extra effort in and cut, and then there's more welding for it to do.
With that out of the way, the smart people can get back to the cage.
You should see this sheet. It's got numbers and letters on it. Yeah. So this was the first bend. Bend 1. This is bend 2. There's no logical progression. So
Now it's about time to add some oil to the engine and fuel to the tank. Let's see if it'll start. Just kidding. So we're now a couple of hours past our deadline, but that isn't going to stop us. Just because the car wasn't completed in 48 hours does not mean we're not going to make it to grid life the following weekend. So we worked on, finishing up the small things we needed to get the car done to get it to the show. Sadly, without our battery that Optima graciously donated to the project, we couldn't even attempt to start the car until we were at the show. This wouldn't have been such a big deal if the car actually started.
I don't think it's getting past the fuel solenoid. I think the fuel solenoid's closed. No, I know that when you pull the switch, it's on. I checked it with a multimeter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Ryan Turkey will be hitting the track out there. I believe Jeff Stone back in. The four-door M56 is a built vehicle by Chris Brewer.
Luckily for us, we met some awesome people who helped us immensely and got the engine running. All of our hard work finally paid off. And so, without further ado, I present to you the Sit Salon.
Of things we know.